You are listening to the Dudes Beer Talk Podcast, a deeper look into the psyches of dudes who have opinions on stuff and things. And they also like beer. Dudes Beer Talk.
What time is it, man?
Dude, what time is it?
What time is it?
I don't know, but it feels like season 2.
Season 2. All right.
Oh my God, is it really that time?
All right. And you know, it's season 2, and we've got so much more equipment. We're just like so much more high tech, and we're showing
really
our
are.
faces here. You know, it's just like when Kiss took off their makeup. We're like unmasked now. Like the audience, they like know what we actually look like.
Did you realize that because they know what we look like, they're never gonna fucking watch us?
I
The people
know.
Who are watching
We're
us
actually
before,
not this fat. The camera puts on 20 pounds.
It's full of shit.
Full of shite.
Welcome back to Dudes Beer Talk.
Beer Talk.
Season 2, episode 1.
2.
Now, disclaimer before we really start. We're trying a new format here. It's going to be video. It's going to be 15 minutes long so we don't totally lose your attention. And we're going to film 4 episodes at a time. So what you're going to see in all of these episodes is slightly drunker people each time. So the less we make sense on the 3rd and the 4th episodes of each set, just forgive us. We've had a lot of beer.
Okay, Kevin. So what's the topic?
We haven't even started
I haven't
yet.
even started yet. So, who are our hosts?
My name is Scott.
And I'm Kevin.
And we're back.
Woohoo! Yeah. All right, so we should start off with introducing the beer?
Yes.
All right, so this evening we're going to start off with Belching Beaver's Milk Stout Nitro. And I'm not exactly sure why it says Nitro. Hopefully you can see this here in the camera there.
Yes.
And I'm a big fan of the dark stuff.
Well,
big
but
fan,
where's this
big
company
fan.
out of, dude? Oh, look, it's Oceanside, California.
Ooh, Oceanside. All right.
I've been trying to get Kevin to do a milk stout on the show for a long time. I finally found one. This one sounds awesome. So should we crack these
Let's
open?
do it. Let's crack them open.
Now, the thing is, we used to have microphones in front of these. So you probably won't hear it cracking open, but you can see it.
Here, we'll fake it.
Jeez.
Cheers to season 2.
Season 2. Sorry, we're ugly.
Oh my God, it tastes like horse piss.
No, it doesn't. Dude.
That's actually pretty good. It's actually quite good. It's
I
actually
like
quite
milk
good.
stouts because it's like drinking a freaking beer milkshake. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Belching Beaver, you are the badass.
This is very, very good. It is very much so like sipping a milkshake, but it's not too thick and it's not too sweet. Like I feel like I could drink this whole 6-pack.
We may very well
drink the whole 6-pack, but in one setting, because sometimes thick drinks. You can't just drink them and drink them and drink them and drink them. But
No.
this is very good. Of course,
I knew this was going to be good.
I am biased. I love the dark stuff. So Belching Beaver, get 5 fingers out and 1 thumb up because I'm too busy drinking the beer with the other hand. So that's
Belching Beaver for the win.
1 thumb.
We won't talk about the name right now because it is kind of nasty. So, Kevin, I'm thinking for a kickoff for this season, since, we're 2 40-somethings going on 24 now, since we're in season 2.
I'm 25 years old.
I had to give some thought today, especially because I'm like living life and shit in the Bay Area and reacting to things a little bit differently now than I would have when I was in my 20s.
Yeah. Fuck the poor.
I thought, what a great thing to talk about. How have our reactions changed to specific things from our 20s to our 40s? And
not at all. No difference whatsoever. No, this will be a very good
fast show.
topic.
Thanks very much for season 2, episode 1.
Exactly the same.
Woo!
Getting loaded and getting laid. Woohoo!
Okay, qualification, Scott, married.
All right, Kevin, not.
Yeah.
All right, so, absolutely. Well, hey,
my ring. Okay, so our producer
ring.
Moya is behind the camera right now.
Our producer Moya.
She doesn't need to get my ring. My ring is right there. But anyway.
Moya's a 35-year-old woman that we met just earlier today in the bar.
Right. So it's appropriate for her to be sitting here listening to what we're spouting off.
Appropriate.
So we got to think of things now.
Thank you, Moya.
So the way we do this show is really to come up with a topic and kind of improvise our way around it as we go along.
Drink.
It is an excuse to drink.
An excuse to drink. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so now that we're in our 40s, going on 24 again.
Yes.
I think the first logical thing to look at is drinking.
Okay, yeah. So now when I was in my 20s, first and foremost, okay, when I was in my 20s, well, I didn't have as much money, obviously, because when you're younger, you don't have as much money. And when you're younger, you can consume more garbage and not feel quite so crappy the next day. So in my 20s, I did a lot of things like, pounding Jose Cuervo, Especial. I used to, we get like a 12-pack of, Miller High Life or a.
That was pretty high class for us back then.
Yeah, that was pretty high. Yeah, that was the king of
So
beers.
I wasn't. I interject really quick because I worked at 7-Eleven, and at 7-Eleven when I was 21, we had Meisterbrow, 12 packs of Meisterbrow, which is like the worst kind of piss beer you could ever put in your mouth, and basically it was $2.99 for a 12 pack.
Meisterbrow wants to sponsor us.
We
like Meisterbrow.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We freaking don't. but go ahead. Sorry, I've totally taken your...
No, absolutely. Well, anyway, in my 20s, like when we drink to get loaded, be shots. And we'd get so pissed drunk that we wouldn't remember what happened. You might not wake up next to somebody you don't remember, hopefully of the opposite sex.
God.
Oh, God.
The only person I woke up to was my hand. Okay. Oh, traumatic!
Oh God, it's horrible! Oh my God!
But the thing
I didn't score.
So I remember when I was 22. That was really when I started to get into drinking. And of course, I started in 21, and I was doing the beers and experimenting because I was all badass. And of course, when you're 21, when you're drinking, you want to show off what you've had to drink. So when you live by yourself, you take every bottle that you've ever drank and you put it along the top of right along the top of your roof, like a badge of honor. And it's like, wow, dude, you had that kind of beer and that kind of beer and that kind of beer. Really, it's kind of tacky when you think about it now.
Yeah, now you take a beer, as soon as you finish it, oh, that was great, baby. You throw it in the trash.
Too much can't stay, baby.
It can't stay, baby. You just straight throw it away.
Oh my God, yes. But back to being 20. That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, definitely fun, right?
But Kevin's right. So basically, it was any alcohol you can get in your body, any way you can get it in your body,
and as much of it as you could get. Now that I'm in my 40s, I like drinking good alcohol. I mean, I actually get like organic gourmet vodkas and stuff like that, and sip on it, and good beers like Belching Beaver. It's a really appreciate a higher quality beer, higher quality booze.
Absolutely,
it's a whole different ballgame, and tend not to get super loaded either. Like, I pretty much don't drink enough to get a hangover almost ever at this point.
Well, neither do I, and that's because you drink the good stuff. But now here's the thing. So stepping back a little bit, the last episode of last season where we had Greg, our guest host, come in, the reason I could not participate was because I had a throat tumor thing going on. So basically, doctors said no acidic stuff, no doing anything that I enjoyed doing. So basically, you have no reason to live.
So I drank his.
So he drank my beer, and he did an episode with Greg. What was But now that we're back and my throat tumor is gone, I am partaking in a big way, and it's a good thing. But Kevin's right. So basically, we've indulged in some very, very good beer. Now, the problem was, during the time that I was not supposed to be drinking, I decided, I have these work trips that I do all the time. So I have a team who has a high appreciation for good wine, good beer, and good whiskey. Now, the fucking problem is, when my team starts drinking, it's like peer pressure times 100. So anything that I had to deal with in high school or in college, paled in comparison.
Don't be a pussy.
To that. Basically, but times
Scott.
100. And so what they would do is...
It's only your 10th shot and 5th beer. No big deal.
Right? Okay, now here's the problem. So I went on a work trip a couple of weeks ago prior to my release by the doctor. And these fuckers on my team, my boss and my direct peer, sit there and they start ordering me drinks. So I'm having... I said, okay, fine, one drink. One drink turned into this. Let me just list it off for you, and I think I cannot count it on... Well, maybe I can count it on one hand. A stout pint, another stout pint, a bottle of Pinot Noir by myself, because we ordered three of them.
A whole bottle? Wow. Okay.
And then by that time, I was toasty, shit-faced, 2 sheets to the wind. It was all bad, and everything
He's hanging all everybody. I love you.
No. I was sitting there trying to get my freaking head about me. And the last thing I remember happening, we went back to the hotel lobby and we sat in the bar and we're drinking and we're talking about, work and stuff and all kinds of other things and showing nasty videos with each other. And basically I saw on the shelf a top shelf Blue Label Johnny Walker. So for those of you who don't drink scotch or do drink scotch, Johnny Walker Blue Label is like the very high-end Johnny Walker. It's like $278 a bottle, and it's a blend of scotches. It's 18 years
very
aged.
Nice. Very rich.
Very nice. Here's the problem. I'd already had a lot of alcohol. I'd mixed beer and wine to that point.
At that point, you're not going to go and appreciate that really, really good.
Well,
nice
yeah,
taste,
I think
nice
I did. I think I did because I still remember it. But the thing is,
oh, that's nice.
I looked at that and I told the bartender. I said, I told my coworkers that. Oh my God, look, they have that. And then the peer pressure kicked in. Well, you should have that. You need to take that. You need to grab a glass of it and try it out. So you said you've actually tried it.
Do not be pussy.
No, I can't. Push back. Guess who won? They did. Now, the only problem is, generally we can expense alcohol at work if my boss is paying for it. But my boss decided at that point that he was not going to pay the $56 plus tip for a shot.
Yeah, that's an expensive shot. That's a $60, $65 shot.
$66.56 I paid.
$56. Well.
So I thought about it for a second in my drunken haze, and I said, you know what? You only live once. YOLO, dude.
Now, just not to go completely full circle, but right there, that's the biggest difference between drinking when you're in your 20s and drinking when you're in your 40s. Because drinking when you're in your 20s, a $56.65 drink, no, that's what you spent on alcohol for you and your 3 buddies.
Oh, you didn't even spend that much.
night,
okay,
and
look,
you're shit-faced.
What part of $2.99 for a 12-pack of Meister Brown don't you get?
That's right.
Okay, so
that's the biggest difference right there.
All I remember is plunking down my card, and he shows up with this glass. It's this full. And I look at it, and I'm going, okay, that's great. That's cool. I smell it. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. It smells awesome. Smoky and complex and yum. And then I started sipping on it. And that's all I remember. I got back to my room somehow. I walked.
Staggering. We call that staggering.
Staggering. And this is bad. And then I went to sleep. I woke up the next morning, and I looked at my bank statement just for shits and giggles. Because I do this.
0.
And all of a sudden, I saw a charge for $66.56.
Hey, what the fuck?
What? And then I realized, oh.
That was a single drink. A single drink.
That was the most money I have ever spent on a single drink in my life.
Yeah, well, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It was good.
Awesome. You know, something else is very, very, very different about when you're 20s versus your 40s is dating.
Oh, God.
So when I was in my 20s, I always wanted to date older women.
Really?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the reason was because, like, the younger girls, they always like, chase me with flowers and candy,
Flowers and candy.
and the girls around 30, which at the time was an older woman, right? 30, you know? They were kind of like, more willing, you know, willing to get down, you know, have a good time, you know, let's chase me shit, right? And so, I like that, you know. So that's, you know, what I was always kind of going for when I was in my 20s. You know?
Oh yeah.
But now I'm in my 40s. I'm always going for the 30-year-olds.
You know, I find that funny because when I was before I reunited with my wife, I was in the process of dating really young girls. I married someone, I think I mentioned in the podcast last season. My first marriage, I was married to someone who was 12 years younger. So when I met her,
I thought you were 12 years old for a second there.
No. She was 19 when I met her. I was like 31 or something like that. And then we got together, and when we got married, she was 21.
Nice.
No, it freaking wasn't nice because there's no communication. So, you know, we lasted for 4 years.
Side note, I got shit roaring drunk at that wedding.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you know, but that's the thing.
I was so hungover.
But that's the
while
thing.
You were giving your vows.
Fine, all good. But it lasted for a year in marriage, okay? And then we got divorced. So what does Scott do afterward? He goes and finds the first fucking 21-year-old who will date him.
It only lasted a year?
Yeah, a year and 1 month.
Wow, it's even longer than that.
I went for the next 21-year-old I could get. And by that time, I was frickin' 38 years old.
Dirty old man.
Dirty.
That's
17 years. Today I think about that and go, what the fuck? And, you know, that's the thing. So anyway, I mean, we can expand and expand and expand on this, but out of respect for the listener, we're going to go ahead and shorten these episodes up just so, you know, you get a taste of what's up. Hopefully you'll, you know, want to dialogue with us on Facebook and also dialogue with us on Twitter and maybe YouTube. Kevin, any closing thoughts on, you know?
I just wanted to bring up a remnant from one of our very, very first episodes. I think we should close on the classic, hey! Just a thought.
That was the second episode.
That was the second episode.
Everybody.
That's right.
It's been great. We're glad
Dudes,
to be back.
Beer, talk.
Late. This has been a presentation of the Dudes Beers Talk podcast. The views expressed by the host may not actually reflect the views of the hosts or anyone who has any legal authority or actual money to afford a lawsuit. So chill the hell out. After all, there was beer involved.